Hello everyone, my name is Zhuge Yan from the School of Economics. Today I will talk something about the development of power sector in China. Since the 21st century, China's power system has grown at a tremendous pace. China has become the largest electricity consuming country in the world, with the most complex power system. The annual growth rate of power generation in the first decade of 21st century was 12.2%, far higher than the world's annual rate of 2.5%. In 2021, China's annual power generation was about 8,534 terawatt-hour, more than a quarter of the world's electricity, ranking first in the world. But the problem is that China's energy resources are diverse but far from evenly distributed, with mismatched supply and demand. In some places, there are few people with great natural resources, but some places are on the opposite. 80% of the energy resources are distributed in the western and northern regions, like wind power, solar, and hydropower. But 70% of the electricity load center are in the northeast and coastal areas. It crosses 1 to 3,000 kilometers and resulting in the need of large-scale movements. The problem is how to solve this problem. China has developed the world's leading ultra-high voltage transmission technology. The transmission power of a single ultra-high voltage line reaches 8 to 12 gigawatts, and the transmission distance is reaching 3,000 kilometers. Also, the efficiency is outstanding and workable. A single line can easily meet the electricity consumption of Singapore. Nowadays, China has already built dozens of power transmission highways from west to east and from north to south. In the past 2 decades, 2 reforms have revolutionized the power market. Before the reformation, power generators transferred the power to the power grid department, and the money flow is from the consumers to the power corporation directly. Actually, the power generation units and the power grid department used to be an integrated corporation named the State Power Corporation of China. Electricity sales and purchased and sold by the Power Grid Department on behalf of the whole corporation. Power generators and power consumers implement the government pricing. In this way, the grid department was profitable and monopolistic. The whole system was lack of efficiency. However, it is another story after the reformation. As early as 2002, China launched the first round of power sector reform, which aimed to build the power market through separation of power plants and grids, breaking the monopoly, building on the power grid and electricity price reform. The State Council announced to separate the power plants out of the grid company, and also built the relatively independent power exchange centers in terms of issuing settlement documents and organized transactions. The State Council announced settled the 2 national exchanges in Beijing and Guangzhou, and also 32 provinces in mainland China have set up power exchanges for power market trading and completed the construction of medium and long-term spot trading. So electricity retailers are allowed to act as agencies to make contracts with consumers or power generation companies, or the consumers can negotiate and make contracts with power plants directly. The power exchange centers will receive service charges from power generation companies, retailers, and consumers. However, the electric bills from consumers will directly transfer to the grid company in order to maintain stable cash flow. In this way, consumers will have more options to choose. The price of electricity will be adjusted according to the market supply and demand, and the whole system is becoming more and more efficient. However, the reformation is not sufficient so far. Nowadays, all the power exchanges are controlled by the power grid companies, as the grid company maintain their power over price setting. It's important to implement the reform to make the power exchanges operate as independently as possible from the grid generation and retail companies. This will strengthen the requirements for transparency and market monitoring. Also, most of the power plants in China use coal to generate electricity, and most of them are state-owned enterprises. They have extensive market power within their areas of influence. They can easily control the price of the electricity price. This is neither conducive to the free competition in the market nor the environmental protection. That's all. Thank you.